All right, welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're looking at a moment where the absolute highest of historical stakes came down to, well, the most ordinary of human errors. We're going all the way back to 1914 to see how a single wrong turn and literally a stop for food completely rewrote the map of the world.
It is the ultimate what-if of history. I mean, think about it. How does a simple driving mistake, a missed turn down a side street, lead directly to the deadliest global conflict the world had ever seen? Well, to understand this, we have to look at the explosive ingredients that were already in place. Which brings us to Section 1, the setup: empires and enemies.
So, picture this. On one side, you have the Austro-Hungarian Empire. This thing was massive, incredibly powerful, and it ruled over many different national groups, including Bosnia. But on the other side, you have the intense, totally focused anger of Serbian nationalists. They desperately wanted Bosnia to break away and join an independent Serbia to create one large Slavic nation. It was a complete powder keg, just waiting to go off.
Okay, let's dive into this. Archduke Franz Ferdinand wasn't just any royal. He was the direct heir to the throne of that massive Austro-Hungarian empire we just talked about. To those Serbian nationalists, he was the ultimate symbol of the sweeping, oppressive power they wanted to destroy.
And that brings us to the Assassins, a highly secret, radical Serbian nationalist group known as the Black Hand. These guys were ready to take extreme action. They smuggled weapons across borders and actively trained young, passionate students for one specific, terrifying purpose: to assassinate the Archduke.
The stage for this plot was set in Sarajevo, the capital of Bosnia. The Archduke had actually scheduled an official royal visit right into the heart of a territory that was absolutely boiling over with rebellion. The Black Hand knew he was coming, and they were waiting for him. Moving on to Section 2, the chaos. June 28, 1914. Okay, the actual day was just absolute chaos. In the morning, there's an open-top car procession. A Black Hand assassin actually throws a bomb at the Archduke's car, but it misses. It literally bounces right off the back of the car and explodes under the vehicle behind them. So the first attempt is a complete failure. After that craziness, later that afternoon, the Archduke makes a fateful decision. He wants to take a detour to visit the injured people in the hospital. Which brings us to Section 3, the spark, a lethal coincidence. This is where history hangs by a single thread. The Archduke changes his plans to go to the hospital, but crucially, and I mean monumentally, no one communicates this properly. The driver of his car is never actually told about the new route. Now, what's really interesting about this is, because of that single communication error, the driver took a wrong turn down a side street. It was just a simple, mundane navigational mistake in a time way before GPS, but it literally changed the course of human history. Suddenly realizing his mistake, the driver slams on the brakes to turn around, but the gears lock up, the heavy vehicle stalls out, and it comes to a dead stop right outside a local sandwich shop. I mean, it is the absolute worst possible place it could have stopped. Why? Because standing right there on the sidewalk, by sheer unbelievable coincidence, is Gavrilo Princip. He's a 19-year-old member of the Black Hand. After the bombing plot failed that morning, he thought the whole thing was over. He had basically given up and just stopped to get some food. Princip looks up, probably unable to believe his own eyes. The exact target he had trained to kill is suddenly sitting completely motionless right in front of him. Without hesitating, the teenager steps forward and fires 2 swift shots, killing both Archduke Franz Ferdinand and his wife Sophie. And that leads us to our final act, Section 4, the consequence: falling dominoes. And this brilliantly illustrates the ultimate butterfly effect. Austria-Hungary immediately blames Serbia for the assassination. Then these massive, complex alliance systems activate, exactly like falling dominoes, dragging country after country in to defend their allies. Within just 6 weeks of those 2 fatal shots, all of Europe was completely engulfed in World War I. We always study massive historical forces like empires and global alliances, but they were all ignited by a driver taking a wrong turn and a teenager stopping for a sandwich. If that car hadn't stalled in that exact spot, would millions of people have lived? It's a chilling reminder of just how fragile history truly is. Thanks for joining me for this explainer, and keep questioning the past.